Hi, my name is Nariba Shepherd.
And I'm Justin Arnett Graham.
And this is Terms of Service.
Live recording, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. This
There's
is
like people.
wildly exciting because we're out here, literally out here, and I could not be more excited and ecstatic. Nariba, how are you?
Well, up until we started recording, I wanted to throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Okay.
With the anxiety of today.
Well, now we're in it.
Yeah, no, now it
so-
feels regular and normal,
Okay.
and I'm excited
Okay.
to have this conversation. I'm
Absolutely.
excited to be in a new space. I'm
Yes.
excited to be hanging out with, like, an actual crowd of people.
Yes, yes. Same here.
Same energy?
Same energy. You know, same yet different.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to go through the typical things that we do per episode because, like I already said, I'm so damn excited about this. So,
Let's hop right in then.
yes.
Yeah?
Yes. So, as we begin, I just cannot thank our host enough, 16th Street Bar, for hosting this necessary conversation. And
Yes.
I feel like that is a perfect segue to one of our guests. Josh, how are you?
Hey man, I'm good. I'm tired.
Oh,
Yes.
I mean,
I'm tired.
I mean,
I
Let's
was
start
like, you
there.
just got here.
Yeah, I literally.
Just yes.
Do you
yeah,
think it's
I-
just you who are tired?
Oh no, I know you're tired.
Hold
too.
on,
I know.
hold on.
Kevin had a
Hold
day
on.
too. I
Also,
get it.
we have two guests, but we're gonna get into all of it. I promise. I promise.
But I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm happy. All
Great.
these new people here in the bar.
Great.
Happy to host you all.
Yeah.
Happy to finally meet you in
Yes.
person.
Thank you,
You ain't got
thank
the
you.
whole intro, so I didn't want to ruin it yet.
Okay.
But for us, I've been Instagramming stalking you for a while
Okay.
Oh.
because I just love seeing black woman
and
magic.
I don't. And
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
know
saying?
if that's a segue, but it's about to be.
It's about. It should be.
Okay, for
Thank you.
our additional guest,
Thank you, thank you.
Tia. Come on.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. It's
How
an
are you?
honor. Tired too.
Okay.
We all are
It's Tired Tuesday.
Yeah.
No more Taco
Tired
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tired Tuesday.
That is right. So this will not be a hashtag of the episode, for those that are wondering.
Right.
But so for those that are just like, what the hell is going on? We are recording a live recording again at 16th Street Bar, and we could not be more ecstatic. So, Tia, as per tradition, what's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius. No,
Bitch,
I'm not
Aquarius
mysterious.
all day.
But I am an Aquarius.
Okay,
Oh my God.
okay, and you know what? We love that.
Thank you.
We love that, of course. Nariba, what are your
Aquarii
thoughts?
are just air Virgo, and I'm here for
That
it.
is so disrespectful.
I
that is
think
so
it is-
disrespectful.
Why is it disrespectful?
Because I am not as moody as a Virgo.
I mean,
Tell him,
all I'm
tell him,
saying
tell him,
is
tell him.
the reaction to what I said was a mood. I'm just gonna put a pin right in there, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean like Aquarii are known to like have a plan and they want to execute it and go all the way through, which is typically something that earth signs are really good at doing. That's what I'm saying. Like, your journey is different than an earth sign, but it's the same energy as Virgos.
Do not accept.
And
Okay,
you know
well,
what?
that's fair.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna cheers to the fact that it's Aquarius season all
the
day
time.
over here. So there we go.
I will tell you this. Virgos surround us as Aquarius.
I mean, he's a Virgo rising. Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
Josh, what is your sign?
After that, I'm scared to say what I am.
Oh no!
Just because of the normal reaction I get.
Come
it's
with it.
big Gemini energy right here.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
No,
Yeah,
I fucks with Gemini.
And a June
Gemini are
Gemini,
fun.
because we don't, the May Geminis is weirdos.
Okay.
Geminis are the best.
That is a statement. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not.
I'm not against that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's
you.
against Gemini.
Normally I say I'm a Gemini. Everybody's like, oh shit.
Well, that's because they've had a different experience, maybe.
I mean, we just us. Like what you see is what
like
you
truly,
get.
all
You know
the
what I mean?
time.
Like
Yeah.
if you don't like hearing the truth, if you don't like loyalty, you're not gonna like Geminis.
Oh.
Preach.
I mean, facts.
You're not incorrect.
So,
No.
where do I go from there?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I mean,
I mean, we segue into the truths and the facts of the industry. That's what we're here for.
and you know
We're
what,
here to talk
Nariba,
about
that
that.
is exactly what
Yeah.
I was looking for. So, as we're diving into this necessary conversation, there's a lot of things that we're going to talk about, but we're really anchored in diversity and inclusion, which can definitely feel like buzz terminology. Because it's a marketable term in regards to what businesses, larger groups, and just overall commitments can look like.
Yeah.
And before we get into all of that, I would like to hear from our guests, beginning with you, Tia. I mean, like, talk to us about your background.
So I never am fulfilled. Maybe that's Aquarius energy.
I
but
feel that.
I'm never fulfilled.
Yeah.
So it's always been hopping around looking for what's next. How do I learn more, grow, do something different? I feel if I ever get comfortable, it's time to leave.
Yep.
It's time to leave. So that's how I started.
And you like a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, same. Hi.
Like, hi.
Hello. Yeah.
Everyone asks, why are you working so much? And it's not always the need or the struggle. It is, I enjoy the end goal. I enjoy finding something new. I enjoy finding what more can I achieve. Sometimes I just burn myself out to get there.
So real.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all in this.
Yeah.
I was like, we're all in that camp. Josh,
Yo,
yo, talk to me.
man, my it all started in Willie Coochie George. No, I'm just playing. Nah. But no, my background is unorthodox to get in this industry. I started off, I was security.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I used to do a lot of security, a lot of nightclubs here. Cactus used to be downtown.
Okay.
The legendary Secrets out in Dalton, Illinois.
Okay.
And one night I was at Cactus. I got thrown behind the bar. Like the owner was like, "I just need somebody on the back bar. You probably gonna pour sodas all night. Nothing major. Just do it. I just need a warm body back there." And busiest fucking night I've ever had in my life. Because I had no idea what I was doing.
Right.
So like y'all remember like when Long Island's used to come at 750s pre-batch?
Oh my god.
I didn't care what you ordered. That's what you got.
Yeah.
You want a Henny Coke? No problem, Long Island. Boom.
Right.
You want a gin and soda? Long Island soda. That's
Yeah.
all I did. So I pray nobody died of alcohol poisoning that night.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I took that night and I,
I
said,
mean,
yo,
same.
you know what I mean? But I looked at that night and was like, yo, I made this amount of money.
Yep.
I didn't have to fight. I didn't have any altercations. Everything was good. Let me take this serious. I went to bartending school the next Monday, and now,
Damn.
17 years later, here we are.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Did you actually learn anything at bartending school?
Speed.
Yeah.
That was it. They taught me 500 recipes I've never made.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Never made those
Absolutely.
drinks. But it did show me organization and speed. That's what they gave me.
I thought about it forever. I thought I needed that to get anywhere in the
Yeah.
industry, and then people are like, "You have a good attitude, we got you."
See, but so like for me, it was like everybody I knew went to bartending. This was that's the opposite. Everybody went to bartending school. Like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I was like, all right. 3 weeks. I was like, this shit is easy. Until I actually had the bartender, and I was like, wait, it's a little bit more than I thought. You know what I mean? So
right.
been rolling from there. So.
I get it. I wanted to when I first started.
I mean, it has its pros and cons. You know what I mean? Like I said, speed and organization. Like I got that down pat. Like the first week I was there, and after that, I was like, I'm ready to work. And then everything else has been just trial by fire.
My very first bartending shift is very similar to yours.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
B-dubs?
Yeah.
Which one? I pray I
Glenview.
wasn't there. Oh no, I wasn't there.
It's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
It's all right.
Okay.
playoff game. Somebody was too hungover to work. Puking in a garbage, still trying to serve people drinks. And they're like, Tia, you got this. No, the hell I don't. No, I don't. But you had that first little taste, and you're like, I'm in the weeds, but I can figure out how to manage. And every time you're like up and down on the waves, that's.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, we ain't gotta worry about them right now. Let me talk
No,
about
I was like,
So do you feel like that helped your career? Learning that way, as opposed to a lot of these new social media bartenders that get a lot of opportunities because they have a lot of followers and engagement, as opposed to people like us that went through the fire?
192%.
Absolutely.
Because
I knew we
had
was gonna be friends. I knew it.
I feel like there
Look
was
at God.
there was a point where you had to learn, okay, I messed this up in the blender.
Yep.
I don't have time to reblend it.
Yep.
How many ice cubes do I have to put in here? Oh, now I have 4 more on fire. Okay, we're going to add all of this,
Yep.
reblend it. I'm
Yep.
put 5 of them out there. Like, those tips of the trades, I never learned in a bartending school. That's why I asked if that taught you anything, because I just got thrown to the wolves. And then when I went to my second bartending gig, that's when I was like, maybe I don't actually know something.
Right.
And then you learned, I have the mechanics. I have the decisive thinking to figure out the things that I don't know.
Yeah, same, similar. Okay, you all come back now.
Oh yeah, we're still here. Y'all. We're still here. So the number one thing that I wanted to touch upon, but it feels like it's accelerated now, which I think is great, is sustainability. And I'm going to put a quick pin in that because I want to be able to like build it up into that culmination topic, right? And so I wanted to know what drew you both to the industry, but I feel like we've touched upon it. But if you want to expand deeper, definitely feel free, Tia.
Black women always go first.
Oh, you're so sweet. Can
Period.
you teach them, please? Can
Yeah,
you teach
black
these
women
people?
have to go first. Yeah.
Dude.
I think it first started with money. Like everybody. It was quick money, fast money. I worked when I didn't want to. I worked when I had to. And then you get older and your back hurts and your knees hurt. And then you have to find something that fulfills you. And it's back to what I said, where I had to start learning more, because I can't work till 1 a.m. and then come back to Sunday morning football. You got me messed up.
No, you say it right. You got me fucked
All the
up.
way fucked up. I was like,
say
just,
it.
we'll call it like,
I'm not built that way anymore. So then it was that evolution and change. So when I talked about when I went to my second job, it went from beer, really bad mixed cocktails, to I had to learn wine service, and there was no BSing. You can't lie Cabernet versus Pinot Grigio. Those aren't even in the same world.
Yeah. Right.
You have to actually know what you're talking about, and that's when I was then held accountable in that change. So I didn't, like, you can't lie in that.
Yeah. Similarly for me, it was the money, but also like I got a little bit of a past. I used to do some other things in life before I got into this. I'm not no 9-to-5 dude. I'm not sitting behind no desk. That ain't me. So I have my oldest son who's getting ready to be 21, who's in the business now, works with me. And I was like, I got to do something different for him. Got into security, and then got into bartending after that. But yeah, I got into security because I was like, I just need a steady flow of income. That's not what I was doing. And then from that, transferred over to bartending, found out I loved it, and here we are.
I have a question.
Sure.
Was it, I as you were talking, I then thought about it. The second reason why I stayed was the social aspect.
Yeah.
Because then you kind of find your personality in what you're doing. Like, I didn't realize how antisocial I come off
Really?
until I was in the well on a Sunday and someone's trying to talk to me in my resting bee phase.
We could just call it as it is for those that don't know what a
I
resting
smile
bee
from
is.
time to time.
Okay.
Beautiful smile at that. You know what I'm saying? So,
But like they would find me so unapproachable, and I'm like, I have so much to give, but my face then shut it off. And then I wanted to submerge myself with other people because I want to learn how you perceive things, like what you taste this drink as and what I do are very different. So that was the secondary moment, is like the social aspect.
So for me, it did the opposite, right? Like I was the party dude, standing on the tables, bottles, shirt off. I was that guy. So it made me kind of take a step back and worry
were
about
lit.
always shout out to Secrets. But I was, anybody that's listening that knows Secrets between 2003 and 2006, they definitely know who I am.
Oh my.
We ain't gonna, statute of limitations is up, but yeah, it was, shit got real out there, man. But it made me take a step back and not worry about my experience, worry about the guest experience, similar to you. Like I always tell people, like I don't like making cocktails, I create experiences because I want you to come back. And I want you to come back for me, not necessarily what's in the glass.
But that's also a very unique point of view, because hospitality, specifically to Black and brown people, is packaged and presented in such a way to where it's just like, it's fast money, it's easy money, it's low skill accessibility to money.
It's a hustle.
It's a hustle.
Can I break the seal?
Do it.
Yes, go.
So when you talk about Black and brown people in this instance, me coming up, I had to prove 10 times forward I knew what the hell I was talking about.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I had to.
Yeah.
Now I don't really care.
Same.
You think what you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
But back then, I had to prove, one, to the people employing me that I knew what I was doing, and then to the people I was serving that I knew what I was doing.
But also the people that you're working with, in a lot of times, those are the people that you're definitely like, I'm trying to prove that you don't need to be like spending your time paying attention to me. I'm just doing the same shit as you.
So have you worked in more like general market places? Because I always worked in the hood. Like my goal was like, as I started learning, I always wanted to stay like in either a Black-owned spot or like in my neighborhood to bring like USBG and like Manhattan Cocktail Classic and Tales and all that stuff we would go to. I always wanted to come back to my neighborhood to show other people like us that, y'all need to go do this too. You know what I mean?
It's different for me. I grew up in the suburbs where no one looked like me. I had to forge my own. I worked in the industry for 12 years before I had a leader with the same color skin as I did.
Wow.
My first, and this will bring you back, the first person of color who was ever my manager was Jarmel Doss.
That's my girl. Love Jarmel.
That was the first time I ever had a woman, man, anything as a person of color in my entire working history. So I had to navigate the waters and just prove who I am on so many different levels that you just narrow-minded have to work on your own and make sure whatever you're doing is right. Like, I didn't have that capability. So me taking anything back to my neighborhood, they already had everything. They took it from me 2 years ago and know less than me. You are less capable than me. I am fighting for the things that I can do better than you, but you didn't believe me.
Right. Well, it's inherently inside us as Black people. Like when we were brought over here, I hate when people be like, "Oh, well, y'all came to America. We didn't come there. We were brought here."
Who said that?
Oh, people say it all the time, and I check them every chance I get.
Like not anyone
every chance I get, we were forcibly brought here.
Right.
We were the bartenders, we were the servers, we were the chefs, we were the people that
because hospitality is built
it's us.
on it's built on the backs of slavery.
All us growing up.
That's just,
think about it,
like those
your house
are
in the holidays, it's always people there. It's people serving, it's people, you know what I mean? It's hospitality. That's just what we do everywhere we go.
So really quickly, because we have been enjoying a beautiful beverage offering crafted by you, Tia. You touched upon your talent and I'm enjoying the hell out of it right
Thank
now.
you.
So, can you talk to us about what we're enjoying right now?
So every basic who's basic loves pumpkin spice lattes right now. I, as much as you would think that I like pumpkin pie, any of that, I actually, nope, not even that. I know. I'm sorry. You can disown me.
I was going to invite you over for Thanksgiving, but
Listen, I can still
I'll
cook.
make a mean sweet potato pie. I'm
So,
just
I
letting
can
you know.
still throw down.
I mean, you come through though, but I'm just saying, like,
I can make you apple pie,
that's cool. I'm with that.
blackberry pie.
Peach cobbler.
I can make you peach cobbler. I don't eat it.
Oh.
We're
Sorry.
gonna talk off camera. Don't worry about it.
Don't disown me. It's too soon.
I will never.
It's
I will
too
never
soon.
disown. First of all, protect black women. I will never disown you.
Yeah.
Also, I'm
Let's start
Jamaican,
there.
so I can make a little yeah,
So you making?
oxtail for you. Yeah.
Okay, you're coming over again.
Per
All right.
tradition, every January I make an oxtail and olive stew. We'll talk about it. I got you.
January at
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah.
Again. Okay.
Okay,
Get
yes.
everything together.
We can do that.
I'll send a calendar invite because
Yes,
that's kind of
yes.
how I live.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So, I'm like, if it's not on the calendar, go ahead, Tia.
But this cocktail's all the fall spices mixed with, it's going to be 70 degrees this weekend, so not ready yet. I used pear spices, chocolate, a little bit of this chai dem that I make. So chai, maple syrup, cooked down, so you're just really getting every baking space possible. Just super light, refreshing. I think it brings off the toffee caramel notes to the high rye. And wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
High rye from who?
Johnny Walker, I'm sorry. Brand plug. Johnny Walker High Rye, Johnny Walker High Rye, Johnny Walker High Rye.
All right, well, this is delicious. And
I do. It's giving me that itch.
Delightful?
That is my word of the day.
He was trying to play me because I describe things as delightful if they're delightful.
But I said the same thing before you said it. He's like, oh, I want to taste it. I'm like, I think it's delightful.
Yeah.
I mean, it is delightful. It's delightful.
I also like the strong citrus coming across. I feel like people assume that citrus is like summer, but it comes into full flavor in the winter. So that's why I'm like, yes, give me a good citrus in the winter.
I feel like I can have 4 of these and not actually know I had 4.
That might be a challenge that the Terms of Service crew might be up for this.
I think this is number 3.
Okay. Number 2
I'm
for me.
not telling on myself, but
Okay,
yeah.
no, it's fair. It's fair.
I still have Josh's cocktail, so
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm just like Josh is gonna be up next. So I'm really interested in talking about awareness, perception, and overall sustainability for Black and Brown individuals within the industry. So both of you have kind of carved your own way within hospitality, and that is amazing. So what has that journey been like, Josh?
No, black women have to go
Well, I
first.
mean, I'm trying to keep it balanced.
no,
But
no,
all
no.
right,
That's
Tia,
the
come on.
balance. She has to go
Okay,
first.
Yes,
Always.
yes.
I didn't know my path or my journey until I got there. I didn't know.
Until you arrived at your destination.
I don't think this is my destination.
I love that.
I don't know what the destination is until I don't know, when I retire. And even if I'm retired, I might be bored. I got to this space by the continual efforts of I'm going to do what nobody else has done before me. There is not a single person, and I'm doing it.
This is the
gonna
place
do it.
for it.
But
Your
I
shit.
cannot tell you a woman of color who runs any other Michelin star restaurant in Chicago, let alone I don't know a woman as a person of color who led a Michelin star restaurant to get that star in less than a year.
I mean, where's the lie?
And
Where's the line?
Yeah.
not to drop the weight, but
Don't
like
drop it.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
I am so fortunate to have found a team that lets me be me and sees my vision.
Exactly.
Because we don't always get that.
No.
We don't always get people understanding the path that we're on, and then you have to leave because you could have loved the bartending job, bar managing, brand rep, whatever it is, but if they don't support us, why are you there?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I have a space where they get my vision and we can go on this ride.
I respect that.
That's beautiful.
I think it's hard to know when you're going to find something like that in a place because I've left so many different places because there was not an opportunity for growth if you weren't a white dude with tattoos.
I did the job. I was acting upon the job, but you still promoted the other dude after me?
Yep.
But I did everything.
There was a place that I was working at where I was pretty much already doing the prep position, and there was an actual opening for it. And I knew that I deserved it based on the fact that I was the only person who could work every single station in the kitchen. And they were like, oh, like this other guy really is interested, blah, blah, blah. And they like did a skill test and I knew that I got it, but they still split the position between the two of us.
The job I had before this, well, we'll name the company, but the job I had before my current, I interviewed to be a manager in various places they opened 9 times.
Oh my
Do you know how
God.
offensive and how insecure it makes you to do the job? I'm actively living out the job. The people in-house supported me to do that job, but the people above said, no, you couldn't do it. You don't know how.
Well,
You don't have
so-
you don't have the resume. You didn't do
And
the
that's
things.
the thing. They don't want to train you. They want to hire someone who can already do it. Even if you have all of the things they allegedly want, you are already doing all of the things that they expect you to do. And it's like disrespectful, not only to you, but to their own brand. Like, you don't trust enough in the people that are already here to give them more responsibility to a place they've obviously shown some sort of loyalty to. It's fucking crazy.
Well, also that shit is like mad minimizing.
Yeah.
Like,
So when I was interviewing to have my current job, my executive chef and owner came into my bar to be like, bake me cocktails. I want to see you on person and how you actually interact with people. I was bartending, serving the bar floor, dining room, and training somebody new in an interview.
Oh my goodness.
And the people who were currently employing me said I couldn't do any of that.
Trash.
Wow.
absolute garbage.
Wow. That's
Josh.
Yo, I should have went first.
I told
shoulda
you.
went first.
I
I should have went first.
I told you I got you.
You did.
Yeah.
I should have listened.
Okay.
My bad.
You're fine.
Now for me, so one of my mentors, Jackie Summers, owner of Sorrel in New York, one of the only black person to own their own brand right now outright when he first started Sorrel, told me stop being humble. So I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay.
I changed the game. I changed the industry. I legitimately changed the way that black people are looking at in the industry. When I started Brown and Balanced back in 2017, there wasn't enough representation. When I looked at like the Eater magazines and the top 50s and all this other bullshit that doesn't really matter, but it gives people a false sense of they're cool and they're better than everybody else.
It's clout.
I didn't
list,
see
yeah.
enough people that look like us. And the
There's
bars I hang
never
out at,
enough people that look like us.
and the bars I hang out at look like all of us. You know what I mean? Bartenders are not, and no disrespect to nobody present, but bartenders are not a white boy with a bunch of moose some tattoos, some suspenders, some fucked up shoes, and some tight jeans. That's not a bartender.
My bartender's back there.
You know what I mean?
My bartender's
Like,
back there. And
that's
he's got
not-
a
and he's
fedora
exactly that,
and
right?
some grills
But
on.
that's what we saw represented.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, bartenders like you, bartenders look like you, they look like me, they look like you. Like
Right.
everybody's a kaleidoscope.
Right.
So why aren't those people being showcased? So I took it upon myself just because of my competitive nature and my dad, rest in peace, who told me to always be myself and fuck everybody else. And I said, I'm gonna start identifying black and brown talent across the country because eventually we're gonna age out. Keep hitting this. Fuck. We're gonna age out. Like eventually we're gonna age out. I don't want to be the 50-year-old guy behind the bar. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the old man behind the bar. There has to be somebody else to take the mantle and keep it going from what we're building. You know what I mean? And that's what I started to do. So that's my thing. Like I'm always gonna find that next crop of bartenders who can take this thing to the next level, next level.
That's beautiful.
Back to
So I just want to cheers on both of you with that because that's
Cheers,
fire.
my brother. Cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers, love. This is the first time we've met in person.
Oh, I'm picking up on that.
Yeah. Cheers, mama.
And with this cheers.
Who is she?
I know the guy who made that.
Okay, well, let's talk about it because this is fire.
Absolutely. So one of my top 3 go-to drinks is always a Boulevardier. Like I feel like if you can make that, you can work behind any bar in the world, basically. So I took a Boulevardier, shout out to Crown Royal and Diageo.
Yes.
Flipped it on its side, added some chili bitters from Hella Bitters, which is a black-owned bitters company. My boy Jamari Pinkett owns that. And just said, we're going to take a Boulevardier, we're going to add some bitters to it and see what happens. And this is what we have.
No, this is nice. This smooth.
Thank you.
As I say,
When you interview bartenders, is a Boulevardier the drink that you make them like
Boulevardier, Manhattan, old-fashioned sidecar.
old-fashioned, aviation, daiquiri, last word?
I don't know why the fuck we haven't met before.
I
We are the same
know.
person.
I mean, let's do it.
Why haven't we? We're hanging out from here on out. That's it.
So I'm
in terms of
making
service, is very happy to facilitate this.
Well, we're skipping down the same way your entry, your promo picture is. I promise. We'll tag you.
I'm like doing the opposite. I was back of house and I'm currently transitioning into front of house because the pandemic was crazy. Basically,
Yes.
I had a nervous breakdown and I was like, all right, I gotta get this shit back together. But working not in a kitchen, it really helped to show me the lack of money I was making in a kitchen because I was executive chefing, paying my line cooks more money than me, and working like 90 to 100 hours a week. And I was just helping out a
wage
friend last
disparity
year.
is real.
Yeah. And last year, my friend was like, I need one more like bartender / register person, just like at a spot on the Riverwalk. And my first check was for like a third of a week, but it was a 2-week period, and it was more money than I was making
90 hours.
in 90 hours. And I was like, what the actual fuck? So I'm now like, I just supervised at the same place this summer, and they asked me to go to their new spot, and I was like, okay, but I want to learn cocktail building. And if there's someone there who wants to teach me, I can learn. But it has to be that thing of like, they're willing to give me that opportunity. But it's like, I feel like if I worked at a Michelin star restaurant without a chef, and we kept the Michelin star for the whole year, we had no head chef, just us doing shit, I think that shows that I have the skill set to maybe like learn and be good at it. but I am terrified
Well,
because
that also kind of talks into like the overall like red tape within the industry, which is just anchored in bureaucracy, right?
Yeah.
Because no one, and I don't want to say no one, but just in general, a big part of these conversations that we're, diving deep on tonight, it's very unique because it's all inspired and influenced by the white perspective.
yeah,
House weight.
no, 110.
Yeah.
Because white spaces aren't always the right spaces.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to run to a white space. Like, look where we are right now.
Right.
This is my house. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
It's popping in
it's
here.
it's the shit.
Yeah.
We don't mirror anything.
Yeah.
We do us.
Right.
And I think black people in this industry especially, even if you're in those spaces, we have to always make sure we're us.
Right.
We gotta stay authentic. We gotta be us.
Right.
We should not have to conform to a white space to be able to get the opportunities. Fuck that. Make your own opportunities. Because
can't agree
I'm not
more.
gonna say what bars I've interviewed at, but I had a bar tell me I was too big to fit behind the bar. I ain't
Can
gonna
they
say
say
it on.
that?
I'm not gonna. Now, meanwhile, somebody that we all know, that I know you know too, is a white girl that works in the industry. She's bigger than me. And I'm 240. If she's bigger than me, she worked
I know
there.
what you're talking about.
You know exactly. I know you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about too. But I couldn't get a job there. So you know what? Fuck y'all.
Right.
I go work and I'll do my own thing where I'm at. I don't need that. I don't need that validation.
Right.
I know a lot of us, not necessarily you, but a lot of us tend to step and fetch, and they want to be accepted in those circles, and then they forget about our circles.
Well, because I mean
that's where disparity comes in.
Correct. Like that is what disparity is, but it's also, it's a big integrity thing as well, because that's a problem. And when you try to present a problem without a solution, you're just perpetuating the same issue.
Yeah.
But the reality is that if you don't commit to the community that helped build you, that's the biggest problem.
Yep. That's it.
I have an asterisk because the community that brought you up didn't bring me up.
That's how I'm
And
feeling.
that's
because
another
I-
problem. Like,
Because I didn't have that.
Yeah.
So for me, when I talk about persons of color in any instance, whether it be from the side of service or the side of being guests, there's two different things.
Yes.
Because the people from your neighborhood coming to my restaurant might not have experienced that.
Yeah,
and if they
sure.
went to the other big names, someone would look at them left and right.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be given an opportunity to learn, experience, do the things.
Absolutely.
And I think the biggest part of the conversation on both sides is mentorship. If you don't have something to look forward or someone to say, hey, these oysters may not be as weird as they look, or
Right.
to try this steak that's not well
That's not
done. I worked at a steakhouse, and when I would tell people, listen, I'm gonna cook this for you just a little under what you're telling me, because you don't want a dry steak. You just don't want something that's bloody, because we were taught something different. Whatever.
Yeah.
But try what I'm saying and let me give you the opportunity to just try it. And because I comfortably guided them, I then changed the way that this demographic was, okay, well, I'll try medium well.
Medium.
And then I'm like, how about we start at medium? It's easy to bring something up than it is the
take it back down.
45 minutes it's going to take to recook a whole porterhouse.
Yeah.
Let me
Right.
just go low and we go higher.
Absolutely.
And that just small conversation of, I hear what you're saying, but let's just try my way a little bit, is the same thing that you're looking for in
on the other side. Yeah.
on the other side is,
Yeah.
hey, I'm a little bit different, but just try seeing
Yeah.
this person is putting the effort, who's trying, willing to learn. You took so much time learning cocktails.
Yeah.
Just give me the chance.
Yeah. But then, asterisk, fuck giving me a chance. I'm gonna go make my own chance because just systematically, that chance not gonna happen. We're in Chicago. Everybody's fighting for the same
5 jobs.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And it's been like that for the last 15 years. So then at that point, it's like, well, I'm not gonna get it over here. So let me just do what I know how to do best, and just go make my own way somewhere else.
And
build
there
myself
lies
that way.
Tia and Josh.
Exactly. But then that takes us to now we're the mentors.
Absolutely.
Now we like 2 of my mentees are behind the bar tonight. I brought them both up. Both of them. One fresh out of bartending school. One used to come to all my events and say, just teach me how to bartend. And now they're bosses in their own right. So now we have that responsibility now. So I can't look to Lynn because she's busy as hell. I can't look to Ardash. I can't look to Charles Jolie and Todd Apple and all these other legends in Chicago. Bridget Albert and Kyle and everybody in Chicago. I can't look to them no more. We got to do it for that next generation.
Absolutely.
But then how do you balance that, though? Because that's not sustainable. Because, like, sustainability, in my opinion, and you both, and Nariba, obviously, please chime in here. How do we anchor and, like, base that in facilitating community? Because I feel like if it comes from the community, a lot of that stems right back to how, like, everyone's like, well, I have it figured out, and, like, not looking for any sort of guidance, or am I just seeing that incorrectly?
I mean, I think everybody needs guidance, right? Like, I still need guidance.
Yeah.
I have people that I can reach out to. But
Same.
I think for us, it's about being approachable, right? And being accessible to an extent. Got to have boundaries, but we need to be accessible. Like, I remember when I was trying to meet some of the people I look up to, and it felt like, oh, shit, can I speak to them?
Right.
Can I not?
Yeah.
I'll tell anybody, I'm working on Friday night. If you got questions, come see me.
There's
You know
a
what I mean?
gentleman that walked in during cocktail hour. I'm not going to put him out there, but I literally just had a moment just seeing him, because what he represents in regards to, like, just doing your own shit while also being a part of the community is insane to me. And I was like, let me introduce myself. And he's like, oh, do we know one another? I was like, no, but I'm, like, your biggest fan, because of what it means and what it looks like. And that is something to where I don't think is widely distributed. It's always person to person, right? And I think that it should be more widely celebrated.
I think in our industry, people get keys and they get opportunity and they hold it to themselves. This is a competitive industry.
Yeah.
I get that. But I get more satisfaction of seeing somebody else win than I get of seeing myself win. Like, the very first bartender ever did a Brown and Balance with me, he's now the Southern California rep for Maison Ferrand.
Okay, good.
Like, he's LA, San Diego, all that. That's him now. And when he got the job, the first thing he said was, if I didn't do Brown and Balance, I might not have had this opportunity. That meant more to me than any personal win that I have, because I know I'm affecting change moving forward.
On that note, can you speak about Brown and Balance for those
it's a
that are
shitty
not...
party. It's a horrible party. You don't want to
Oh
go.
my God.
For those that aren't familiar with it, just, drop the elevator pitch.
All right, let me give you that. So I'll give you the professional. So Brown and Balance is a community organization that showcases the talents of black and brown bartenders all over the country. So basically what I do is I pull up in the city, just did Atlanta 3 weeks ago, came to Atlanta, picked 5 of the baddest black women bartenders in the city, got a bunch of sponsorship. Won't say who because they're not here presently.
Fair.
But, Judy, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah, got sponsorship, and I basically just told them, make cocktails sustainable and showcase what you do best. DJ comes out, black caterer, and we just showcasing black DJs, black caterers, black photographers, all the way down to the young lady who does my
black
graphics.
all day.
It's black. It's some... Okay, I'm gonna say something I probably shouldn't say. It's some real nigga shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You can
like
say that.
it's what it is. It's like
Yeah.
it's inviting other people into what we do. It's basically taking you from outside of this environment into my backyard on a Sunday in the summer and hang out and have a good time.
It's a cookout.
That's it. But you know what? I hate calling it a cookout. I did at first, but you know everybody wants to be invited to the cookout, and everybody don't
everyone
need to
is
be
not
there.
invited to
they
the
don't
cookout.
need to be there. So it's a vibe.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a
Okay,
vibe.
but it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Also, I will stand by this with my entire chest. Ain't everybody invited to the cookout?
Hell no.
Yeah.
No,
Not
at
even
all.
a little bit.
So, I mean, you can get a pass. You
Nah.
know, people can get a pass to come to the cookout, but
Well, yeah, funny story. I did DC in 2018, and it was so funny. All the white bartenders and guests that came, everybody was in like one little corner by themselves. They didn't know what to do, and it was like,
yeah.
just have a good time. We're outside of what people think. We're inclusive. Everybody
Yeah.
come hang out in our spots.
Well, this is
You know
the
what I'm
thing.
saying?
Like, black people can sort of fit in anywhere.
Everywhere.
And it's not always the case the other way around.
No.
You know what I mean?
So
But
now
that's
we have
because
to-
we have to be able to.
So we have a whites only section now at Brown and Brown.
You're a
I
fool.
get one of my homeboys.
You're a
Dead ass. One of my homeboys.
You are
I
a
am.
whole.
But that's me. My homeboy. Hey, shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Kyle, who lives in Rhode Island, runs a bunch of bars up there. He said, "Yo, dog, they're all over here." So he went and got like a stanchion, and he made it the whites only section all the way in the back. I felt great.
So back to sustainability. Sustainability.
I know I'm gonna get y'all canceled. My bad. My bad. Hey, they gotta get a taste of what it feels like.
right.
You're not gonna agree with me, T.
I'm over here to the left.
Sis.
I'm over here.
This
I actually
okay,
to the
so-
right. I'm to the right. I don't even know
This
my
is how
direction.
I think about it.
It organically
So-
happened. I didn't plan
This
it.
is the thing. Okay,
But
so
you
this is
didn't
how I'm going to sell it
oppose.
to you. So it's the same conversation as when we talk about like women's rights and equality, and I make the joke of like, well, I think maybe men should have to sit down for 150 years and let us like get our shit back. But that's not making it better. It's just excluding in a different
It is.
way.
It is. It's
So what I'm gonna say is like, white people don't have to be here. But do we need to make it an excluded section?
No, it organically happened. Let me just say that
we
again.
were talking
We're
about
talking about
sustainability.
Yes.
No, but
Sustainability.
think
So when we
about it,
cut
though,
this
but-
out,
No,
sustainability.
no,
Back to sustainability.
But when you think about it, like
No,
when
we
you're-
leaving this in.
when you're in a fully like black space, like my shit is it's a party. It's what we do. And when you're in that space, because we always have to conform to other spaces,
Right.
so what do? We find each other, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. We go to some of our industry
Or
events.
then we like code switch, so therefore
yeah.
like
the code
we're
switch,
more
or we all
presentable.
kind
Yeah.
of find each other. I saw the same thing happen on the opposite side, to where it took me a point to say, no, y'all can come hang out too. You don't have to stand over here and order vodka sodas by yourself. Y'all can come and drink some of this cognac and this brandy.
I have a good
and all that
example of
stuff.
this.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I come from a real Jamaican
makes sense.
household. I like not kind of, sort of. Like Patsy comes
Yeah.
out, and then at work she's Violet.
Okay.
So it's real. And I remember bringing friends from school to the holidays, and when
They
they're
have no
like,
idea.
is this a real goat or like you just call it goat? No, it's curry goat. Yeah. And I get down.
Bad. It's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Oxtail, pigtail, cow foot,
Yeah.
you name it, we eat it.
Exactly.
And having to explain, okay, so this, they're like, so where does it come from? I'm like, so in the animal, you eat beef. Part of the beef is the oxtail. And they're like, well, I'm like, it's a braised beef shank. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's having, but that's that same
Those are-
relatability
Yeah.
and talking about the people who look like us. It's on every side.
Yeah, it's all worth it.
So
It's
then-
like, that's like when we get like chicken and my boyfriend will turn around and I'll be like chewing on the bone And that's like the Caribbean level 10 mom in me. And he's just like, what are you doing? And I was like, my people had nothing. And sometimes you have to eat all of it. And he doesn't understand that because he is a white man from Florida. So it's not his fault.
Say less.
But it's like, that's
But the Haitians are down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Haitians are down there. Yeah. Well, this.
I have a. Yes, I'm full of questions.
Yes.
So you've been talking about we have to mentor the people underneath us, which I'm 100%. I always. Yes. I always.
Which I do.
Did you not know it was AB?
Well,
You guys are just hosting us.
We are literally supporting this episode just by like.
I love this.
I was like, we're filler at this point, and I'm here for it. So I was like, no, we vibing.
Because I like this because we have the same experience in two different lenses.
Absolutely.
So I love this. 'Cause I don't
Absolutely.
get this. I don't get to do this now.
I don't either. When I talk to my staff every day, I have to tell them, I'm not here to be here forever. Because in this world of COVID and everybody is understaffed, I'm not here to be your boss for the next 50 years. I'm here to teach you something. And wherever you go after this, you're going to say, I'm successful and capable because I work for Tia Barrett. And I am capable because I was taught to swim.
Yeah, absolutely.
And within
That's
that, there's a point that teaching every day is damn exhausting.
Oh, absolutely.
So when I look at my sustainability and how I still function, because one, you don't have a mentor anymore because you're now right here with your mentors. They're no longer that thing that you're trying to grasp. They are no.
Still alive.
My mentor, Jarmel Doss, that's my homegirl.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
like
But
that is
my mentors,
my girl.
Right? They the same. They my boys. Like I just was kicking it with them. They my
Correct.
homies. But I still look at them because they did something before I did.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like I
Absolutely.
still kind of give them that homage and still like they're my dogs. Like we can go hang out, we can kick it. But when I got a question, that's what I'm asking. You know what I mean? So I still look at them in that light, even though they my homies.
In the realm of your job,
Yeah,
yes,
it's a job, yeah.
but not
But
personally.
nah, they're my
absolutely,
homeboys. Yeah, they're my dogs.
you ain't nothing. You are something.
Yeah.
You are something. But when we talk back to my bigger,
Yeah.
so when you talk about the sustainability of what our long term is. When you're just constantly giving, you're constantly giving, you're trying to create all of this little armies of Tias and Joshes. What does that mean for us? Because we have now taught not just the people who are underneath us that you can achieve Tia's job, you can achieve Josh's job, you can own a bar, manage a bar, be a brand rep, be whatever you want to be. You can take my job. Yeah. What's the next job?
I think we gotta evolve, right? So like that's where I'm at now. Like I'm evolving and like what's next? You know what I mean? So
And also that kind of removes the aspect of gatekeeping, which
Yeah,
is what we've
absolutely.
all been victims to, right?
Absolutely.
Because if you're so committed to your community,
What's
ahead.
gatekeeping?
What is gatekeeping?
Yeah.
So to me and Nariba, feel free to, give your thoughts on this as well. Gatekeeping is the educational withholding of equity. So therefore, like when you're trying to acquire access to be better at your job, you're trying to ascend in any sort of way, you are constantly blocked because you have been deemed not worthy to access such information.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Example, I always give this example. Remember when Cat Williams was the man? And Cat Williams was doing all the comedy shows everywhere. And then they cut him off, and then Kevin Hart was the man, and then Cat Williams couldn't get any more opportunities.
Right.
That's gatekeeping. I mean,
I'm not as cool as you might think.
you are. Fuck that.
You are.
You're cool.
You are.
Yeah, no.
You are.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gatekeeping.
But
Back
like
to your
how I was like,
statement.
yeah.
Sorry, I just had to like understand where
Yeah,
we were
no,
going.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, okay, so gatekeeping for me was something that I found happens a lot in fine dining back of the house. So the first thing I did was when I hire people, I look for people who want to learn and are asking a lot of questions and might not move with the certainty that they could, because that means that they're still anxious and there's something that they want to learn. And I like working with those people because they're the people that are gonna take my job. And I only want to teach people who want to like keep it moving and they're not just trying to like stay still, because you can get to that point one day, but I don't think you should settle for that in the beginning of any career path that you may be on. So for me, I wanted to stop the withholding of information, good or bad. Like, for example, someone asked about being a manager in the same place that I'm at, and I was like, honestly, like, you can make more money not supervising and it won't be as stressful. Instead of being like, yep, come on in. Like, you may get an hourly rate that is like a little bit higher, but the level of bullshit that you have to deal with, that not informing someone, I think that's a way of gatekeeping. Because if you just send them out there to swim and they have none of the floaties, no information about like what they'll be doing, they're gonna sink. And that's another reason I think a lot of people of color especially don't think that they can make it. It's because someone withheld important information about something from them and just was like, all right, good luck.
Right, because they don't know how to navigate it, and
Yeah.
that's not on them. That's on the onus of the concept, management, ownership above all else.
But
Go
But
ahead.
I think it goes back even further. Like, I went to an all-black high school. I was third in my graduating class. I had a 4.02 GPA, but I didn't learn any of the skills that I needed when I went to college on how to study, how to stay afloat. Like, I didn't get any of that. So
because it's a societal thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that happens wherever we go. It's like the gatekeeping is happening in school. And we're just moving through a society that doesn't change that.
I think that's a bigger issue, though.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
on the what is available to you
Resources.
versus me
Exactly.
versus you. Because I learned those things, but it definitely was not stressed how important it was.
Yeah.
Like, I remember having the whole how stocks worked, taxes, all of that type of stuff. And then, like, the first 2 years I was actually having taxes, I was like, I don't have to pay these. This isn't real. And then you find out later, it's real.
Real fast.
It's real. And they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna hold your check. I was like, my what?
Yes. They'll
What's
go do.
That's the question. Like, I've never worked in like fine dining. What's that like as a black person, black women
Yeah.
especially, in like a fine dining? Like, I've never done that.
I was going to say, do you want to
Like,
start with this?
So
What's it
I can
like?
start.
Okay.
Number one, it's extremely toxic. From start to
Taxing
finish,
or toxic?
both. But toxic is the first word I use because from start to finish, what it is by definition and what people define as fine dining is cutthroat. I'm here to attack the next person. It starts with one and then it goes down. why I appreciate my current job is that is not the model that we are trying to achieve anymore. I would not
or emulate.
or emulate. That's not even an option.
Yeah.
Like, we are forging our own path, and we are looking to show you, me, and everyone else at the bar that you can have a 15-course tasting menu in your J's.
Yes.
I wear Vans to work sometimes, and I still can tell you the difference between Montrachet and Chardonnay and where it comes from in those nuances in my Vans. That's not the definition, because before it was white tablecloth, I don't use one. It was front server, back server, captain, only this person can crumb a table, that person polishes the glassware. You had a title and you were not allowed to do anything more than that. Mm-hmm. I've created a system where it is more than that. Most notably, it is the hierarchy, because when you're hired into a fine dining, you're just a food runner. And you're not even really just a food runner. It is, you're the person who assists the secondary. Like, you just hand the food runner the plate, but you're not describing anything. And then you get promoted to describing something. And then from describing something, you get promoted to crumbing the table, to setting the table, to dropping off wine glasses, to describing the wine, to the captain who just talks. Doesn't actually do anything. And that is the person who gets paid the most, is that.
I mean, the typical structure is that those that are paid the most do the least.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So in fine dining, that's what I learned. And I was like, but I'm good at 100 things, because back to Buffalo Wild Wings, I didn't have a busser, I didn't have a runner, I had to go take out the garbage because it was a commercial, and then I got to come back, and then I had 5 tickets in the well. It was, you did everything. So now in fine dining, when you see that transfer, 1, we don't have people, and 2, you can't just deem someone's worth as a polisher. You can't deem someone's worth as you only do this. You deem everybody as capable of doing everything, and you have to teach and lead. And that's, I think, how my job has forged, is because I'm not just a beverage director. I am operations. I am events. I am a host. I am a bartender when my bartender is sick. I am everything.
And I don't believe that we have touched upon this. Where are you doing all of those
Oh, this little place called Esme. It's casual. No big just deal. Casual. Just casual.
Yes.
I'm fortunate because Jenner Tomaska is a white chef. Let me say it again. He is a male who is white,
Also
who has
correct.
come from notable places. So everyone already assumes he's got it all because he's a white chef and he's worked at great places. But people forget he's going through his same struggle that we all do. He's opening a new restaurant. He also had a baby in a restaurant in 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's the same struggle. But I'm fortunate to have this white male say, this black woman gets it, and we get it together. And we work together in a way that doesn't exist because we both had to struggle.
Devil's advocate, super quick.
Yeah.
Do you feel the clearance of a white man at such an esteemed establishment has influenced your trajectory? And I'm only asking for people that are listening.
So the white male who I work with now, his mentor is a black man. His mentor is Eric Williams.
Yep.
So Eric
Yeah.
Williams calls me at 9:00 in the morning, like, Tia, what are you doing? I was like,
shout out to Eric Williams.
He does the
Absolutely.
things.
And to Jenner Tomaska.
But
Absolutely.
Jenner then learned he can't just walk the streets, but he had to walk the streets like we do. He had to walk the streets down forging his way in fine dine Michelin and then saying, that's not really what I want to do. I
Yeah.
want to create something else. So he's going down that same path. And what we're doing, so many people are like, oh, well, you guys all came from that company and that place. You guys already have it all. You have the money, you have the everything, you got a Michelin star. But I'm like, you don't understand the struggle of not knowing if guests are coming in, if people are going to like your food.
Yeah.
It's February and I'm looking at 4 people walking into my door. Like, we all go through the same struggle of fine dining.
And I think the burnout is so much harder in fine dining because it's an uphill battle to fit yourself into an ever encroaching pool. And a lot of the time when you get there and you're like at the top of it, you're like, I don't even want to fucking do this, really. And so many people have like these passion projects that they throw themselves into because they're trying to regain something that's theirs. Because fine dining is so modeled on like who can create the next X factor of something.
Who's the best?
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to be a narcissist a little bit to work in fine dining. You have to hate yourself a little bit
Do you
because you're
agree
just
with that?
grinding yourself into the ground. And it takes a long time before you get to a point where you're like, oh shit, I need to take care of myself. Because you're so focused on getting to the top.
Did you watch The Bear?
No.
Okay.
I'd plan on not doing it. It's
I
just
got
torture
sick,
porn.
so I had to do it. I had to do it. I got sick, and there was only one moment. It was good TV. It's fine. But there was one moment that was so real to me, and that was someone deliberately trying to make you fail. In the show, someone who was trying to perfect a dish kept on trying, was persistent, and someone deliberately made them fail. And that was what defined fine dining to me.
Well, that's why I don't want to watch that show, because it's just trauma porn. It is taking all of the things that I had to bystand as a black woman and watch these white chefs do. And I'm just like, I don't need that. I don't need that energy. I don't need actors pretending to know what is happening, because they're not getting paid nothing to go through this.
Yep.
And the people that watch it and really like it are the people that think that the industry is fine the way that it is and it doesn't need to change. Because I feel like it's baby steps for me going back into the industry, because it took so much and gave such little in return in terms of stability, like being able to afford my rent and to also have a social life and to leave space for my relationship. It's just being a woman, especially a black woman in the service industry, is unforgiving in a way that unless you are a person of color and a woman in this industry, you're not going to get it.
I think that goes back to the sustainability part
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
Because at some point in time, either you live in that perfection of having to fit this mold and that mold only, or I have to self-heal, care, make sure I'm okay.
Yeah.
Well, because there's a ton of damage that this industry puts on, like, owners, man. And let me preface this as to where it's like, I don't have a lot of forgiveness when it comes to owners that really focus on wage disparity, owners that focus on being like, not even owners, but like specifically like managers on this next point.
Yeah.
It's just like, you make too much and like things like that. It's just like, you're basing that off of the gratuity of strangers. And so that is not something that ever comes from your bottom line, but you have a preference that people are only worth a certain amount of value, which commodifies the industry. And so we're getting on time, and I hate it so much, but I have a few questions for you both. So since we touched on sustainability, diversity, inclusion, and like what that kind of looks like through independent journeys, I mean, like, what do you both enjoy about the industry?
Meeting
Josh?
people.
I mean, meeting people, one. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I love the money and I love the experience that I have. Like, I've been blessed to be able to use my personality and the things I know how to do well to be able to now I travel the country. Like, I just got off a plane to come do this.
Yeah.
Like, I get to
And
travel
thank
the
you.
country. No problem.
Yeah, well, thank you to
But
you
no, this
both
is dope. Like, I love
for
this.
being
Like,
here, yeah.
but it's like I'm blessed that I'm able to travel. I'm able to see other bars and other places. I'm able to see what works, what doesn't work, and I bring it all back here. I'm able to identify a lot of new talent. And I love that. So that's what I do.
I love meeting people. I
love meeting you.
Yeah.
At my core, at my heart, I started this industry because I was studying sports medicine, and I went to a sports bar because I got to watch ESPN and I got to watch Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. And then I realized, I kind of like these people. I kind of like people I work with, and I like the grind. And still now, I don't get to watch TV. But every so often, you connect with a human being. And my hope, not just work, but as person to person, every person I come across, I want them to take something from me, and I want to take something from them, and I still get to do that.
That reminds me of the story that I have told numerous times that Nariba is just like, boom, Justin met this person, boom. But yes, it's the same thing because you're able to connect with people in a way to where you weren't expecting, and it becomes like
family,
cultural and family, you know. But I hate family in the context of the industry.
Yes.
It's hospitality.
Exactly. It's just like, because that is how you start facilitating community, and hospitality is that anchor. And I have a question for you both before we do the things that we know that we have to do.
Because you boldly said this was going to be no more than 70 minutes, which was a lie. It was a lie.
We on CP time.
I was supposed to be
little CP time.
I was supposed to be home by midnight.
But he says it every time. He says it every time.
Fair.
Just leave space.
I would love to hear from you both in regards to any sort of advice that you have for Black and brown individuals that are trying to navigate their pathways within the industry.
It exists. Whatever you think didn't exist, whatever job, title, people are coming up with every sort of whiskey, every flavored vodka, every bitter, everything. Because do you know why? If it exists in your head, it can exist tangibly, and you can create that space for yourself.
Yes.
I didn't have any example of my job, but it exists in me.
Yeah.
It exists is what I could tell anybody. Find someone who believes in your idea, because it just takes one.
Fair.
It takes one person to say, hey, good job today. And even if they didn't tell you how to get down the path or how to create it, it takes one person to say, you're doing it, then it exists.
Yep.
That's it. If it only manifests and 100 people buy it and it's a flop and you're back at the post office next week, it still existed.
Fair enough.
Damn, see, I don't want to go
Josh?
behind that yet.
You playing me.
I gotta let black women go first. I gotta let, you know. But no, for every young bartender, what camera I'm on? This one.
You're on both.
Be authentically yourself. You do not have to bend. You do not have to conform to what a brand, a machine, a bar, anything wants you to be. like T said, it exists. If it's not working where you're at, be you and go find somewhere else to do it at.
But,
I love it.
All right, I should have let you go first.
No, you went first. But that's important, right? Like, I won Bartender of the Year. I had no idea I was going to win it, right? And everybody's like, well, what are you wearing? I was like, some Jordans and a T-shirt.
I'm wearing Vans.
I'm Josh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to wear some mics. I had a Death Row T-shirt on, and I went up there, I accepted my award. Like, you do not have to, there's no certain thing that fits this industry. This industry is like an industry full of misfits. It's like some people who were cool in high school, some people who weren't, who are not cool now because they get a magazine article. You know what I mean? We all know those people. So just be yourself at the end of the day. Like, I respect people that are them. I met you. You are who I thought you were. So I like it. Met him. So I think we had one conversation. It's exactly who I think he is. We ain't talked much yet, but we're going to talk some more. But just be you, yo. Like, everybody else is taken.
Yeah.
Yourself.
I agree.
I love that. So, how do we find y'all, Tia?
You find me in Esme, 2200 North Clark Street. I live, eat, breathe, drink that. And then on my off days,
Anybody want to go on a date with me to her restaurant?
anytime, y'all know how to contact me. On my off days, I find that if you invite me, I'll show up.
yes.
Do you want people to find you on social media?
Oh,
no.
TEE.BEE25. It's a picture of me and my dog. Rest in peace.
Oh, man, they ain't have to. I don't want to follow that. I'm be all upbeat
Josh?
after the recipe. No, you can find me here, 16th Street Bar on Friday nights. When I'm done globetrotting, you'll find me on Sundays and Monday nights here. Social media, you can find me at Mr. Mixologist, and you can find me at Brown and Balance. I'd much rather you follow Brown and Balance than you follow me personally, because that's a much bigger and more important movement than just Josh.
I love it. Nariba?
All right. My name is Nariba Shepherd. I'm very grateful for this opportunity we've had to come down here. And first of all, I used to take the bus past this area every single day for like 3 months very recently, and did not know that 16th Street existed. But I'm ready to make a day trip, see what this coffee lounge experience could be. But you can find me at Rebaru, Rebaru on Instagram, and Josh. What are you doing over there? You gonna pull this in, Justin?
Yeah. So,
Wrap it up.
I am Justin Arnett Graham, and you can find me on Instagram at ThisIsBiko. And once again, thank you so very much to our guests, Tia Barrett and also Josh Davis. This has been an absolutely wonderful experience. And for those that really resonate with this conversation, it's just like this is the beginning of it all, because when you bring these issues to light, you are shining a necessary microscope on the things that need to change within this industry. So I commend you all. We, from the Terms of Service crew, everywhere, just thank everyone.
See you at part 2.
Honestly, we'll see you soon. And I try not to get emotional, but I do get emotional because
it's okay to have feelings.
Hey, black man can show their emotions.
Exactly.
Let it out.
So yes, but again, thank you so very much, everyone. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
That was dope. That was
Yay.
That was good.
Good. That was nice.
It's okay.
I feel bad like that.
Go.
We worked with the setup that we had. It's fine.
That could have been 10 hours longer.
Yeah, we
That's what
could
they always
I
say.
could've-
Because typically people in the past, have been like, yo, I don't know if I can talk for 75 minutes. I was like, yes, you can. Yes,
No,
you
I could
can.
have had a 3-hour.
Yeah.
We could keep going.
We could have
bread and had a meal.
No.
So part 2,
Yeah.
we can do that.
But no.
Feel good.
Thank you.
Did you get my good light?